Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel, and we're going to bring you our third play-in game from our 1968 one-and-done tournament using Strat-O-Matic baseball. And our third game, the number 16 seeded California Angels would take on the 14 seeded Los Angeles Dodgers in a battle of California. On the hill for the Angels, George Brunet, 13 and 17, earned run average 2.86. Towing the rubber for the Dodgers, Don Drysdale, Sandy Koufax's old running mate, 14 and 12, ERA of 2.15. The Angels finished 67 and 95, and that was good for a ninth place finish in the American League in '68. The Dodgers, 76 and 86, they finished 8th in the National League. Let's get to the visiting California Angels lineup. Leading off, playing shortstop, Jim Fregosi, 244, 9 homers, 49 runs batted in. Batting second, doing the catching, Tom Santriano, 253, 8 homers, 35 ribbies. Batting third, the left fielder, Rick Richard, 255, 21 homers, 73 runs batted in. Rick Reichard. Batting fourth, Roger Repose, 240, 13 homers, 54 runs batted in. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Don Minchner, 236, 13 homers, 48 RBI. Batting sixth, Bobby Knoop, 249, 3 homers, 39 ribbies. Batting seventh, Paul Scahl, 210, 2 homers, 16 RBI. Batting eighth, the right fielder, Chuck Hinton, 195, 7 homers, 23 runners knocked in. Batting ninth, on the mound, George Brunet. Don Drysdale, pitching for the Dodgers in this play-in game to see who gets to the Sweet 16. 14 and 12, 2.15 earned run average, striking out 155, walking 56. Behind the plate is Haller, 3E8 with a 0 arm. Boyer's at first, 4E18. Lefevre is at second, 4E19. Versailles is at short, 3E40. Bailey is at third, 4E22. Gabrielson is in left, 4E7 with a 0 arm. Davis is in center, 2E10 with a -1 arm. And Fairley is in right, 2E4 with a 0 arm. Hello, Herb Pilgrim. How are you, my friend? Sorry you're still having speaker problems. Hope you enjoyed the football game, the first half of it. It was a fun game. 49ers and Cowboys, the 71 Cowboys versus the 81 49ers. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Hope all is well. So Jim Fregosi steps to the plate. Here's a pitch from Drysdale. And that is a 4-10 to Fregosi. It's a Jim Fregosi column, 4-10. Ground ball to Versailles, over to Boyer. Excuse me, allergies are bothering me. 1 down. And now bring up the catcher, Tom Santriano. looking for the 2-4 column, lefty facing the righty. Drysdale gets the sign. He deals to Santriano, and that is a 2-10. Santriano will get a good pitch to look at. 2-10. And he goes the other way, single to left. So 1 out, 1 on, Santriano. Not the fastest runner at first. Boyer playing behind him. And Rick Reichart steps to the plate. Right-handed batting left fielder. Dodgers hope to turn 2 up the middle. Drysdale gets the sign from Haller. Here's the pitch to Reichart. And that is a 2-5. 2-5 to Reichart. And that will be a strike 3 looking, caught the corner. So there's 2 outs. Santriano's at first. He'll be off on contact. And Roger Repose steps to the plate. Repose looking for the 3-4 column. Left-handed batting center fielder. The windup and the pitch from Drysdale. And that is a 1-3 to Repose. And he pops out to the catcher, side retired. Go to the bottom of the first, scoreless here in LA. Due up for the Dodgers, Willie Davis, 250, 7 homers, 31 runs batted in. Batting second, left fielder Len Gabrielson, 270, 10 homers, 35 runners knocked in. Batting third, doing the catching, Tom Haller, 285, 4 homers, 53 ribbies. Batting cleanup, first baseman Ken Boyer, 271, 6 homers, 41 RBIs. Batting fifth, the right fielder Ron Fairley, 234, 4 homers, 43 RBIs. Batting sixth, playing second base, Jim Lefevre, 241, 5 homers, 31 ribbies. Batting seventh, the shortstop Zolo Versales, 196, 2 homers, 24 ribbies. Batting eighth, Bob Bailey, 227, 8 homers, 39 ribbies. And batting ninth, doing the pitching, Don Drysdale. On the mound for the California Angels, George Brunet, 13 and 17, 2.86 earned run average, striking out 132, walking 68. Behind the plate is Santriano, 3E12 with a 0 arm. Minchner's at first, 3E14. Noop is at second, 1E17. Jim Fragosi's at short, 2E30. Skall is at third, 2E21. Reichart is in left field, 4E3 with a +1 arm. Repose is in center, 2E5 with a -1 arm. And Hinton is in right, 3E7 with a 0 arm. Ken Castro has joined us in the chat. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. As Herb says he'll have to go, we'll catch us next time. Thank you, Herb, for stopping by, though. So here comes Willie Davis, left-handed batting center fielder. He's looking for the 3-5 column. Here's the pitch from Brunet. And that is a 6-6 to Davis. That's a line out to Noop at second. Good reaction by the Angels' second baseman. 1 down. Len Gabrielson steps to the plate, left-handed batting left fielder. 10 home runs in 68, 270 batting average. Santriano sets the target. Here's the pitch to Gabrielson. And Brunet deals him a 2-8. 2-8 to Gabrielson. '17. So Gabrielson will single up the middle. Line drive drops in front of Repose. 1 out, 1 on. Gabrielson, a 1-12 base runner. And Minchner's holding him on for the catcher, Tom Haller. Haller, 285, 4 homers. Fergosi and Noop looking to turn 2 up the middle. Brunet gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Holler. And that is a 5-8. Holler column off the Brunet card, 5-8. And he'll strike the ball well. That's 12. So Holler will also single, and he singles to right. One through 13. And hold all runners. All right, the computer should be playing the Dodgers. Yeah. I'm playing as the Angels. All right. So 1 out, 2 on. Gabrielson's at second. Holler's at first for Ken Boyer. Boyer's looking for a 3-2 column. Why, Brunet and the Angels looking for a double play ball here. Santriano sets the target. Here's the pitch to Boyer. And that is a 6-9. Sorry, 6-7. 6-7. 6-7 to Boyer. Could be a possible double play ball as this ball's hit the second baseman Noop. And that is a 9. So that's a G1. Noop has it. Now can he turn 2? That's the question. And that is a 9. Possible double play ball here. Noop comes up with it over to Fergosi. They throw to Minchner. Side retired. 4-6-3. We go to the second. No score. Due up for the Angels, Minchner, Noop, and Skal. Don Minchner looking for the 1-4 column off Drysdale. Drysdale's ready. He deals to Minchner, and that is a 5-2. 5-2 for Minchner. Minchner will strike this ball well. That's a 2. And he'll single up the middle. So Minchner's at first, 1 through 10 base runner. You wouldn't call that fast. Probably a little below average, actually. And then Bobby Noop steps to the plate, second baseman. He's a D bunter. And on deck is Skal. Let's take a look at the bunt anyway. 72%. Infield's back. He's going to try to bunt Minchner over. Here's the pitch by Drysdale. Noop squares, and he fouls the ball off. The count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. He'll swing away. So Noop fails to advance the runner. Oh, we try it again. And he does it this time, thanks to my clicking mistake. So with 2 strikes, Noop gets the bunt down, fielded by Bailey, who throws to Boyer. Minchner advances to second base. So 1 out. Skal comes to plate, chance to give the Angels a lead over their in-state rival, the Dodgers. Skal looking for the 3-4 column. Here's the pitch from Drysdale to Skal, and that is a 4 and a 10, so he gets his column. 4-10 to Skal. Well, he sculled it. Ground ball to short. Versailles up with it, throws to Boyer, out number 2. Nice play by Zolio. Good piece of pitching by Drysdale. 2 outs, Minchner will be off on contact. The number 8 batter, Chuck Hinton, comes to the plate. On deck is the pitcher, Brunet. They're going to pitch to Hinton. Holler goes through the signs. Drysdale nods his head. He deals to Hinton. And Chuck gets a 3-9. 3-9 to Chuck Hinton. Ground ball to Zolio Versailles. Over to Boyer. Side retired. Runner stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the second. No score here in L.A. Due up for the Dodgers, Fairley, Lefevre, and Zolio Versailles. Ron Fairley, left-handed batting right fielder. looking for the 5-3. Here's the pitch from Brunet, and that will be a 6-11. 6-11 off the Brunet card. Fly ball out to right, and Chuck hitting, and that is a 13. So that's an F2. He has a beat on the ball, error check, and that is an 11. And Hinton will make the catch for out number 1. One out, no one on for Jim Lefevre. Lefevre looking for the 1-5 column. Santriano sets the target. Here's the pitch to Jimmy Lefevre, and that is a 4-7. 4-7 delivered by Brunet. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 up, 2 down. And here's the number 7 batter, Zolio Versalis. A B bunter. We're going to play our infield normal though. Brunet gets a sign from Santriano. Here's the pitch to Zolio. And Versalis gets a 2-9. 2-9. It's off the Versalis card, but not one of his columns. And that'll be a ground ball to Knoop. Over to Minchner. Side retired. Top of the 3rd. No score. Due up for the Angels, George Brunet, the pitcher, then the top of the order, Fregosi and Santriano. Drysdale deals to his counterpart, and that is a 6-7. 6-7 to Brunet. And that will be a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, top of the order, Jim Fregosi. Fregosi's 0 for 1. Holler sets the target. Drysdale deals to Fregosi. That is a 2-8. 2-8 to Jimmy off his card. Hard hit ball right back to Drysdale. He snares it over to Boyer. 2 up, 2 down. Trying to keep the inning alive. Tom Santriano, he's 1 for 1. He's singled off Drysdale. Holler wiggles the fingers. Drysdale nods his head. He kicks and fires. Santriano gets a 4-9. 4-9 again. This is a Santriano column off the Drysdale card. 4-9. Can he go 2 for 2? He has a possibility of doing better than that. As he'll drive this ball deep. That's an 8. And that ball's going to right field. Fairly going back at the track. And he leaps up. Does he have it? Did he bring the ball back? Yes, he does. Out number 3. As Fairly robs Santriano of a homer. Side retired. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. No score here at Dodger Stadium. Due up for the Dodgers, Bailey, Drysdale, in the top of the order, Davis to face George Brunet. Here's the pitch to Bailey. Bob Bailey gets a 3-3. 3-3 dealt by Brunet. And that's going to be a pop out to the catcher. 1 down. Don Drysdale steps to the plate. He'll face his counterpart, George Brunet. Brunet deals to Drysdale. And that is a 1-7 to Don. Pretty good hitting pitcher, 1-7. But not on that pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Drysdale trying to untie the game. 1 swing of the bat. So 2 outs, no one on. Top of the order for Willie Davis. Davis is 0 for 1. Corners move in. Skull in at 3rd. Minchner in at 1st for the Angels. Brunet nods his head. Here's the pitch to Davis. And that is a 3-6. 3s are wild. 3-6. And this is a Davis column. And he'll turn on that fastball, single to right with 2 outs. So Davis keeps the inning alive. Minchner holding him on. Davis an excellent base runner, 1 through 17. 75% chance of stealing second. And here's Len Gabrielson. He's 1 for 1. Davis attempts to get the lead. Brunet and Minchner hold him on. He stays put. Attention goes to Gabrielson at the plate. Here's the pitch from Brunet. And Gabrielson gets a 5-2. And this is a Len Gabrielson column off the Brunet card, 5-2. And he'll drive this ball. And that's a 6. So Gabrielson will drive this ball. Runner at first, Davis. Hinton has a good read on it. He's going back at the track, at the wall, and he makes the catch. Side retired. Go to the top of the fourth, still scoreless. Don Drysdale back up on the hill for the Dodgers of 1968. He will face Reichart, Repose, and Minchner. Reichart 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Drysdale, and that is a 5-10 to Reichart. 5-10. Ground ball to Zolio Versailles, and that's a 13. G2. He gets to it. Error check is an 8. And Zolio will throw to first for the out as he ranges towards the middle. Nice play. 1 out, no one on for Roger Repose, left-handed batting center fielder. 0 for 1. Holler sets the target. Here's the pitch from Drysdale, and Repose gets triple fives, 5-10. And another play for Zolio Versailles at short, and that's a 15. G1, so once again, if he gets to the ball, he'll throw to Boyer. That's an 11. That's a 12, excuse me. It's a 12. And he'll make the play for out number 2. So 2 outs, base is empty for Don Minchner. He's 1 for 1. Drysdale takes a breath. The windup and the pitch to Minchner, trying to keep the inning alive. And that is a 3-7 to Don Minchner. Is it a lucky 7? Strikes the ball, goes to center field. Davis going back and makes the running catch. Side retired. Bottom of the fourth, still scoreless in this pitcher's duel from L.A. Due up for the Dodgers, Holler, Boyer, and Fairley. Catcher Tom Holler is 1 for 1. Santriano wiggles the fingers. Here's the pitch from Brunet, and Holler gets a 3-7. 3-7 for Holler. And he'll go the other way to left. Reichart's coming in on it. Makes the catch, 1 away. Ken Boyer steps up plate. First baseman's 0 for 1. Brunet's ready to work. Boyer gets a 6-8. 6-8 to deal with for Boyer. And that is a 6 on the split. It's a deep fly ball to center. Repose going back, racing back at the track, reaches up, makes the catch, 2 down. Base is empty for Ron Fairley, the right fielder. 0 for 1, steps in the left-hander's batter's box. George Brunet picks up the sign from Santriano. Here's the pitch to Fairley. 4-12. 4-12. Ground ball back to Brunet. 15 to G2. And a 14 Brunet makes the play, throws the Minchner, side retired. We go to the top of the fifth, still scoreless here in this play-in game. This is our third play-in game. Our fourth one will be coming up probably this weekend, and then we'll have the tournament set to see all the teams in the Sweet 16. Due up for the Angels, Noop, Skull, and Hinton to face Don Drysdale. Drysdale's gone 4 innings, 2 hits, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Noop sacrificed his first time up. Here's the pitch from Drysdale, and Noop gets a 5-7. 5-7 to Noop. Ground ball to Lefevre at second, and that's a 2. And a 10. So Jimmy Lefevre will make a dive at the ball. Won't get to it, as that one has eyes and gets into right field. So a leadoff single for Noop, and Paul Skull steps to the plate. He's a C-bunter. Corners move in for the Dodgers. Bailey in at third, Boyer in at first. On deck is Hinton. He's a weak hitter. Skull's not much better, but he... see what the hit and run is here. 25%. We're going to play hit and run. The hit and run is on. White die is a 6. So now we can roll the 2 red die. And that is a 3. So 6, 3. Ground ball back to the pitcher. And that's a 14, so Drysdale will handle the ball. It's a G1, possible double play even on the hit and run maybe. Error check. And that's an 8. So no error. Drysdale has it. 1-6-3 double play. So even on the hit and run, the ball was hit so hard back at Drysdale. He had time to spin and hit Zolio Versailles coming across the bag, who fired to Boyer. Great play by Don Drysdale on a ball slated up the middle. So 2 outs, bases empty, top of the 5th, and here's Chuck Hinton. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Drysdale deals him a 1-4, and this is a Hinton column. 1-4 to Hinton. And how big is that double play now? As this is a 6. And Hinton will drive this ball. He's looking for extra bases here. As he splits Gabrielson and Davis to left center field. Hinton goes cruising into second base. And on to third. So a triple with 2 outs. A huge double play ball by Don Drysdale on the hit and run. Saves a 1 run at least. He'll now face George Brunet, the pitcher, with 2 outs. And the go-ahead run at third. Play-in game, will the Angels, even though it's the top of the 5th, will they go to a pinch hitter? Check out our team here. Kirkpatrick's a 3R, 230. Buck Rogers, 190. Rodriguez, lefties. How's Hall? Hall, 207. If we get away from Brunet, we got to bring a pitcher in. It's got to be a reliever. We can go to right. He's got 3 saves, so he did pitch on the bullpen. Marty Patton, 279. We're going to go with Kirkpatrick. Is he the catcher, though? No, he's not good. So with 2 outs, Kirkpatrick will come in to pinch hit. And George Brunet's day is done. He only went 4 innings, but he went 4 shutout innings. But runs will be at a premium here, so Kirkpatrick will come in to pinch hit. With 2 outs in the top of the 5th, Hinton's at third. Ed Kirkpatrick, 230, 1 homer, 15 home runs. Big moment here in this ball game. The windup and the pitch from Drysdale to Kirkpatrick. Will Kirkpatrick have the luck of the Irish? 5-7. Not his column. 5-7. 2 outs, runner at third. No score. Ground ball to Lefevre. And that's a 1. A pinch hit single. We have a 1-0 ball game. Now to check for an error. And that's a 9. So once again, Lefevre makes a dive at the ball. It gets by him between Boyer and Lefevre. So the pinch hit single, 1-0 Angels. So Kirkpatrick does have the luck of the Irish. And I'll get to the top of the order. Jim Fregosi. Fregosi is 0 for 2 off Drysdale. Kirkpatrick 1 through 12 base runner. Boyer playing behind him. He'll be off on contact. Here's the pitch of Jimmy Fregosi. And Fregosi gets a 2-12. 2-12 for Fregosi. And Fregosi is hit by the pitch. And that's going to sting. That was a fastball. He takes first. Kirkpatrick moves up to second. 2 outs, 2 on for the catcher, Tom Santriano. He is 1 for 2. And he was robbed of a home run by Fairley in right. So he has struck the ball well twice against Drysdale. He digs in. The windup and the pitch from Don Drysdale. And Santriano gets a 6-11 off the Drysdale card. 6-11. Ground ball to Lefevre. He gets to this one. Over to Boyer. Side retired. But the Angels take a 1-0 lead on the pinch hit single by Kirkpatrick. And we're going to bring in a new pitcher. And that's going to be Marty Patton. Will come in to pitch. Marty Patton in 68, 4 wins, 4 losses, 3 saves, 2.79 earned run average, struck out 66, walked 37. They'll face Lefevre, Versalles, and Bailey. Lefevre's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch from Patton, and Jimmy Lefevre gets a 1-5. And this is a Lefevre column. But no luck. Strike 3 swinging. Curveball got him. 1 away. Zolio Versalles steps to the plate. The shortstop is 0 for 1. He is a B bunter. We're going to play our infield, outfield normal, though. He's swinging away. Here's the pitch to Zolio. And Versalles gets a 5-12 from Marty Patton. 5-12. Ground ball to Minchner at first. Oh, that's a 2. And a 10. So Minchner will make a dive at it as that ball splits him and Noop. And it's a single for Versalles. Zolio, 80% chance of stealing second. 1 through 15 base runner. 1 out. Bob Bailey's at the plate. On deck, the pitcher, Don Drysdale. Zolio cannot get the proper lead. Good job by Marty Patton and Minchner to hold Zolio Versalles on. Their attention now goes to Bob Bailey. Double play gets them out of the inning. Bailey's 0 for 1. Patton gets the sign from Santriano. Here's the pitch to Bob Bailey. And that is a 6-6. This is off the Patton card. 6-6. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fastball high and away. So 2 outs. Zolio Versalles is at first. He'll be off on contact. And Don Drysdale steps to plate. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to the big man. And Drysdale gets from his counterpart a 5-6. 5-6 to Don Drysdale. So this is off the Patton card. And that will be Strike 3 looking, side retired. Marty Patton does an excellent job. We go to the top of the 6th, 1-0 Angels. Due up to face Don Drysdale and the Dodgers. Reichart, Repose, and Minchner. Jerry Ball's in the chat. How are you, my friend? Hope all is well. Reichart's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Drysdale. And Reichart gets a 3-5. 3-5 to Reichart. Strike 3 swinging. Another K for the big D, Don Drysdale. 1 out, no one on. And here's Roger Repose. He's 0 for 2. He's a C bunter. And on deck is Minchner. He had 13 homers in 68. Holler wiggles the fingers. Drysdale nods his head. He deals to Repose. And Repose gets a 1-3. 1-3 to Roger Repose. He's jammed. That's a pop-up to the catcher for out number 2. So 2 outs, no one on for the first baseman, Don Minchner. Minchner's 1 for 2. Lefty-righty matchup here for Drysdale. He rocks and fires to Minchner. And Drysdale deals him a 6-4. This is off the Drysdale card, 6-4. Ball goes down to Bailey at third, and that is a 7. Okay, where's the oh, here it is. Okay. I love when the chart doesn't pop up. And that's a 7. So that's a G3 number sign. Let's click over here. At least we get to see the chart. Now we roll for the error. And that's a 16. And Bob Bailey, channeling his inner 1978 for the Red Sox, will make a throwing error. And Minchner will advance on the E5. So inning stays alive, 2 outs, and Bob Knoop comes to the plate. He is 1 for 1. Minchner, 1 through 10 at first. Boyer playing behind him. He'll be off on contact. Drysdale sort of glares at Bailey at third. Now looks in, gets the sign from Holler. Here's the pitch. And Knoop gets a 6-11. And that's a Knoop column, 6-11 off the Drysdale card. Will this Bob Bailey error hurt? We shall see. Another play for Bailey. He's up with it. Fires to Boyer. Side retired. The error doesn't hurt. And Drysdale thinks his glare probably helped out on that play. Bottom of 6, 1-0 Angels. Due up for the Dodgers. Top of the order, Davis, Gabrielle, and Holler. To face Marty Patton. Corners are in to protect against the bunt from Davis. He's a B bunter. He's swinging away, though. Here's the pitch from Patton. And Marty deals Davis a 5-10. 5-10 to Davis. Ground ball to Fregosi at short. 2. And an 11. Fregosi will not get to this ball. It'll be a single for Willie Davis up the middle. So Davis represents the tying run at first. 95% chance of stealing second. It's a hit and run. Looks like a pop-up here. And Knoop makes the catch on the outfield grass. Lucky it was a high pop-up as Davis had enough time to get back or he would have been doubled up. So 1 out, tying run still at first. As Jerry Ball says he's doing well, we love to hear that. Ken asks Jerry what you do today. Jerry's in Arizona. And I hope your day is going well. As it is now Wednesday morning. So here's Holler. Again, Davis cannot get the lead. So Patton and Minchner do a good job. The attention goes to Holler at the plate. The windup and the pitch for Marty Patton. And Holler will get a 3-4 And this is a Tom Holler column. Can he get his second hit? 3, 4. Excellent speed at first, and Willie Davis. There's a ground ball back to the pitcher. Patton has it, and he throws to second, but that's all he can get is Davis, as Davis goes in hard to Fregosi. So 2 outs. Holler's at first. He's a pretty good base runner. 80% chance of stealing. He's not going anywhere. Ken Boyer comes to the plate. Santriano sets the target. Here's the pitch to Boyer. And Patton deals him a 3-9. And this is a Boyer column, 3-9, 1-0 Angels, 2 outs. There goes Holler on contact, or lack of, strike 3 looking, side retired. Marty Patton does his job. Top of the 7th, 1-0 Angels. Due up for the Halos, Skull, Hinton, and Patton. Again, this is our play-in game to see who goes to the Sweet 16. Skull's 0 for 2. He's a C bunter. Dodgers infield, outfield at normal depth. Skull will swing away. He awaits the Drysdale offering. Here's the pitch. And Skull gets a 4-5. This is Skull column off the Drysdale card. 4-5. Goes the other way to right. Fairly coming in. Makes the catch, 1 away. So 1 out, and Chuck Hinton comes to the plate. He tripled and scored a run back in the 5th when the pinch hitter, Kirkpatrick, came off the bench, and Brunet's day was done. Even though he was pitching 4 shutout innings, we went to the bench early, as runs will be a premium in this game. Hinton's looking for some more extra bases. Here's the pitch from Drysdale, and Hinton gets a 2-5. 2-5 to Chuck Hinton. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Another K for Drysdale. He now has 4. And he'll face his counterpart, Marty Patton. With no one on, Patton will stay in the game to hit for himself. Drysdale rocks and fires to Patton. Can Patton help his own cause and the cause of the Halos? He gets a 5-8. A hit would be great. Ground ball to Bailey. Over to Boyer. Side retired. Trivia time. Name 3 of the 7 players who had more than 250 hits in a season. Name 3 of the 7 players who had more than 250 hits in a season. Rose, Cobb, and Wagner, Hannes Wagner. Pete Rose, Ty Cobb, and Hannes Wagner. Name 3 of the 7 players who had more than 250 hits in a season. Ken Castro says, played a bunch of games today with the new game Deep Drive, have the 1882 season and the 2017 season. Cool. All right, let's see the trivia question. I'll read it one last time. Name 3 of the 7 players who had more than 250 hits in a season. I say Cobb, Rose, and Hannes Wagner. Ken Castro adds Ichiro and Klein. All right, let's go with the answer here. Ooh, I don't know if I got any of them. I have Hornsby. I don't know, I didn't say his name right, but that's what I meant. So it's Sisler, Bill Terry, Lefty O'Doul, Al Simmons, Roger Hornsby. No, I didn't have Hornsby. I said Wag. I think I said Chuck Klein and Ichiro. So Kenny Castro gets 2 of them. Sisler, Ichiro. Yep, Jerry Ball, Sisler, and Ichiro. All right, we're going to do a quick rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take me out to the ball game, take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever go back for its root for your home team. If they lose, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. That's for Chris from Strat-O-Matic, Delaware, Clinton Parks, and Anthony from Bleacher Bums Gaming. Check out those wonderful channels as well as my featured channels on my page and related, which consists of Broke Black Man 94, JD, What's Blazing in Sports, Phil the Issues Guy, ID Gesture, Johnny Indie Boots, Higher Ground Gaming, Tabletop Baseball Plus. Check all those channels out, check their channels out, and join our wonderful community. Due up for the Dodgers to face Marty Patton, Fairley, Lefevre, and Zolio Versailles. Ron Fairley's 0 for 2. Here's a pitch from Patton, and Marty deals Fairley a 6-8. It's off the Patton card, 6-8. And Fairley works a walk, tying run at first. Could Patton be laboring a bit? Corners now move in. Jimmy Lefevre comes to the plate, but he's a D bunter. And Zolio Versailles is on deck. You know what? We're not going to play corners in. I want to see a D bunter get one down. We're going to hold Fairley at first. Set our infield back to normal. Here's the pitch to Lefevre. Of course, I rolled too soon without clicking. But he's not bunting, just as I thought. So that is a 2-6 to Lefevre. Angel's looking for a double play ball here. 2-6. And Lefevre will do better than a double play ball. That's a 3. As he singles to right. And Fairley goes station to station, so no outs, 2 on, and Zolio Versailles steps to the plate. Corners will stay in for him. He's a B bunter. They're definitely sacrificing. Bailey's on deck, and Drysdale is in the hole. So Skull in at third, Minchner's in at first. Here's the pitch to Zolio Versailles, and he's squaring the bunt. And it goes foul. He puts the bunt on the 1-2 count, and he strikes out. Great job by Marty Patton, just feeding him high and tight fastballs, and Zolio Versailles fouls out as he attempts to bunt with 2 strikes. So that's a strikeout to Patton. 1 away. Fairley's at second. Lefevre is at first. Bob Bailey has made an error today, and he's 0 for 2. To complete his Red Sox cycle, he should bang into a double play. Here's the pitch from Patton to Bailey. Bailey's looking for the 2-4 column. It is a 3-8 instead. So this is off the Bailey card. 3-8, but not a column. And guess what Bob Bailey just did? Fregosi to Noop to Minchner. He bangs into the inning-ending double play a la the 78 Red Sox. That's the Bob Bailey we love. Top of the 8th, the Angels cling to a 1-run lead, 1-0. Top of the order to face Don Drysdale, another pitcher's duel in this one-and-done 68 tournament. And it's Fregosi, Santriano, and Reichart. Jim Fregosi, 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Drysdale. Fregosi gets a 6-9. 6-9 to Jim Fregosi. And Fregosi singles the center and says to Drysdale, forget about it. So Fregosi's at first. Huge insurance run. Here comes Tom Santriano. He's 1 for 3, and he got robbed of a homer to right when Fairley brought the ball back, which ended the inning. Corners move in, but we're not bunting. What's hit and run here? He's a C hit and run. We're going to play hit and run with Fregosi. Here's the pitch. Santriano swings. Ground ball towards first. Boyer has it. And he just immediately races to the bag. No chance at Fregosi. So 1 out, and Jim Fregosi's in scoring position. Good job on the hit and run by Santriano. Got the ball down and to the right side. They'll give Rick Reichart an RBI opportunity here. Fregosi is a 1-15 base runner. Drysdale's looking for a strikeout. The windup and the pitch to Reichart. And Drysdale deals him a 5-3. 5-3 to Reichart. Will it be timed? It's a fly ball out to right. Can fairly get to it. And that is a 9. So fairly does get to it. That's an F2. Will he make the play now, though? And that is a 7, and it's a lucky 7, as Fairley will make the catch in right as he goes racing towards the line and deep in the corner. He makes the catch, and Fregosi's going to tag up here with 2 outs now. 1-17, he is safe. And it's a 14, so Fregosi will go sliding into third safely. So 2 outs, Jim Fregosi 90 feet away. Huge insurance run here. And Roger Repose steps to plate. Repose is 0 for 3. Drysdale takes a deep breath. Has to keep it a 1-run deficit here in the top of the 8th. The windup and the pitch to Repose, and Drysdale deals Roger Repose a 6-7. 6-7. This is off the Drysdale card. Slim chance of a hit here. That's a 16. Over to Boyer. Boyer throws to Drysdale covering the bag. Side retired. Fregosi is stranded at third. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The California Angels 1. The Los Angeles Dodgers nothing. Marty Patton back out on the hill. He's gone 3 innings so far. 3 hits, 1 walk, striking out 5. He will face his counterpart Drysdale, but they'll probably go to a pinch hitter here in the bottom of the 8th. Then the top of the order, Davis and Gabriel. And here comes the pinch hitter for Drysdale, so his day is done, and it was a good day. Don Drysdale went 8 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks, struck out 4. He's in line to be the tough luck loser. And here's Willie Crawford. Crawford in 68, 251, 4 homers, 14 ribbies. A left-handed batter. Patton's ready to work. Gets the sign. Santriano sets the target. Here's the pitch to Crawford. And Crawford gets a 6-8. This is off the Patton card, 6-8. And he works a walk. Tying run at first, and Crawford has very good speed, 1-16, 80% chance of stealing second. And Willie Davis comes to the plate. He is 2 for 3. And he's an excellent bunter. Corners playing in. Crawford gets the jump. He is going. 1-16 is safe. Santriano will throw down. He needs a 17 or higher. And he gets a 15, so it's a bang-bang play. But they're going to call Crawford safe. At second, as that's a 15. So no outs. Tying run at second. And now Davis might bunt it. We're going to still play our corners in. Should we play our corners in? Try to get the runner at third. Corners in. We'll try to get a wheel play with Fregosi at short, but that leaves a huge hole on that left side. If Davis can just punch the ball the other way, we shall see. He's swinging away. Here's the pitch to Willie Davis. Tying run at second, and Davis gets a 5-3. 5-3. This is off the Patton card. Fly ball to right field. for Chuck Hinton. And that's a 1, and we're going to have ourselves a tie ball game as Hinton will not get to this ball. He'll make a dive at it. It's going to get by him. And that's a 7. As he'll chase it down. Crawford easily scores from second. And let's see if they hold Davis up at second. And they do. So double with no outs, and we have a tie ball game, 1-1. And that's it for Marty Patton. As Len Gabrielson steps to the plate. And now coming to pitch. Murphy. Will be right. So Clyde Wright comes into pitch. It's a 1-1 ball game. Go ahead run at second. No outs. Wright was 10-6. 3 saves. 3.94 earned run average. Striking out 71. Walking 44. He needs a K here. Len Gabrielson's 1 for 3. Wright's done with his warm-up tosses. Davis, very speedy runner at second. The windup and the pitch from Wright to Gabrielson. And that was a 5. 5-11. 5-11 to Len Gabrielson. Ground ball to first. Minchner has it. Takes it to the bag. 1 down. Advancing to third is Davis. So good job of hitting by Gabrielson. Gets the ball, excuse me, to the right side. Sip of iced tea. Allergies starting to kick in again. Infield moves in. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Holler steps to the plate. He's 1 for 3. On deck is Boyer. Boyer versus lefties. Walk Holler to set up the double play. No, we're going to pitch to Holler. Holler looking to put the Dodgers ahead. Here's the pitch. Lefty-lefty matchup. The windup, the pitch from Wright to Holler. And that is 4s. 4-8. 4-8 infield in. Oh, nuts. And Holler will come through in the clutch. That's a 3. It's a line drive up the middle, and it's 2-1 Dodgers. So the Dodgers come back with 2 runs in the 8th. And they have a 1-run lead with 1 out. Holler's at first. Ken Boyer comes to the plate. Boyer's 0 for 3. Looking to get off the schneid. Here's the pitch from Wright to Boyer. And that is a 4-10 to Ken Boyer. Angels want a double play ball as they trail by 1 now. And that's a 16. So Boyer will hit it hard. But right at Fregosi, who fires to Minchner at first, but Holler gets back. So 2 outs. Holler's at first. He'll be off on contact. Ron Fairley steps to the plate. Fairley's 0 for 2 with a walk, but his huge play was the play in right when he raced back to the wall, leaped up, and robbed the catcher for the Angels, Santriano, of a home run. It would have been 2-0 at the time. Instead, it stayed 1-0, and now it's 2-1 Dodgers, as they've scored 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Fairley. As Holler attempted the lead, he couldn't get it. Fairley gets dealt a 6-5, and that's a Fairley column, 6-5. And he's jammed. It's a pop-up towards Fregosi at short. He'll make the catch. Side retired. We go to the top of the ninth. And those 2 runs that the Dodgers have could propel them into the Sweet 16, as they might be victorious in this 3rd play-in game. We'll have 1 more to follow sometime this week. And the Dodgers have now gone to Jim Brewer. And Brewer had 15 saves in 68, was 8-3 with a 2.49 earned run average. He's looking to close it out and punch the Dodgers' ticket to the Sweet 16. Take care, Jerry Ball. So it'll be Minchner, Knoop, and Skall to face Jim Brewer. Minchner's 1 for 3. The windup and the pitch from Brewer. And Minchner will get a 2-3. 2-3 for Minchner off his card. Not one of his columns, though. And Minchner has a chance here. And that's a 4. And we'll see if this is a hit. 4. It should be. And it is to center. So that's a fine how do you do to Brewer. Corners move in to protect against the possible Bobby Knoop bunt. He's a D bunter. 249 hitter. He's swinging away. 249 hitter. Corners in. What's the hit and run here? 210. 33% chance of missing the pitch. Nope. Skall's on deck. What's the bunt possibility? Ground into a double play, 9.3%, strikeout 35%, single 17. Successful bunt 56%. Oh boy. All right, Knoop swinging away, tying run at first. Here's the pitch to Bobby Knoop, and Knoop will get a 311 from Brewer. And this is a Knoop column. Can Bobby Knoop come through in the clutch? Angels trail by 1, top of the 9th. And Knoop needs a low roll here. He just will not get it. As he needed a 4 or lower, he gets a 5. And this will be an out. As that ball goes out to Versailles on the shallow outfield grass towards short. And he makes the catch. 1 down. Minchner at first. Paul Skall comes to the plate. Skall is 0 for 3. And Morton on the bench hits lefties better than Skall, and he's going to come off the bench to pinch hit for Skall. So Bubba Morton, 270, 1 homer, 18 RBIs, and 163 at-bats. And he's a 4L. So he hits lefties. And Jimmy Brewer is a lefty. So Brewer is hoping for a double play ball up the middle, as Versailles and Lefevre pinch the middle. Bubba Morton has other ideas. Here's the pitch to Bubba, and Brewer deals Bubba a 3-4. 3-4. Ground ball to second. Lefevre's only play is the first, as he had to go deep in the hole towards the right. Now there's 2 outs. Minchner is at second. He represents the tying run, and we need to put someone faster in there, as he's only 1 through 10. Running. One through 12, 1 through 11. Jay Johnstone, 1 through 15. Rodriguez, 1 through 11. Roger. So Jay Johnstone will come in to pinch run for who's at second? Minchner. Cancel. Let's do this again. Jay Johnstone will come in a pinch run. For Minchner. With 2 outs. Top of the 9th. He represents the tying run, 1 through 15 base runner. Chuck Hinton is at the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a triple. And against lefties, he is a 3L, even though he has a 181 batting average. So let's check our bench once again. This is do or die. You lose, you're out. You win, you go to the Sweet 16. And Aurelio Rodriguez, 242. Will come into the game to pinch hit for Hinton. Right, the pitcher's on deck. Will they walk the go-ahead run at first? No, they won't. So Brewer will deal to Rodriguez. Will he be a hero? That is a 4-11. Not looking good so far. The 4 will go off the Brewer card. The runner is off on contact, Jay Johnstone. And Rodriguez works a walk. Inning stays alive, so they pitch very carefully to the pinch hitter. And now here's the pitcher, right, and he's not going to come up to hit. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first. Willie held 141, Buck Rogers even at 190, and Hall at 207. Well, we have a choice of 190 batter, who's even. He hits righties and lefty equally poorly. Then we have Held, who hits lefties slightly better, but he only batted 141. And then we have Hall, who bats against righties better, and he batted 207. We're going to do I guess we'll go to see the Held card. 2 is not a bad column. Woody Held, 2, lots of walks, single, double. If he gets the 2 column, 4, 5. Okay, let's look at the Buck Rogers. You can't see it. I can. I'll show you one. The 1, he needs the 1. 9, 10, 11, 12, all straight singles. Woody Held. He needs a 2 column. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We're going to go with Held. If he gets a 2 column, we got a decent shot here. So Woody Held will come in to pinch hit for right. This could be his first and only at-bat of this tournament. As there's 2 outs. Johnstone represents the tying run at second. Rodriguez the go-ahead run at first. And here's Woody Held. He only batted 141. No homers, 2 RBIs. But the 2 column, you have a 4 gets you on base, a 5 gets you on base, a 6, a slight chance. Then 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, you're getting on base. So we need a 2 or a 6. We want to see that too. The windup and the pitch from Brewers. Runners off on contact. It's a 2! It's a 2 for Woody Held. It's a 2 and a 5. I don't think that's good, though. It's a 2 and a 5. And he pops out to short. Ball game over. He got his column. And he gets the 5. Wow. The Dodgers hold on to win 2-1 with Johnstone the tying run at second, Rodriguez the go-ahead run at first. All the good stuff there, and he rolls a 5. So, thank you to Ken Castro and Jerry Bull. Joined me in the chat, and earlier on, we had Herb Pilgrim. So thank you very much. It's 1:23 a.m. We're going to do this really quick. So the Dodgers advance in our third play-in game. We don't know who they're going to play, but they're moving on to the Sweet 16. Our last game coming up I was actually hoping the Dodgers would lose because I don't have one of the little helmets for them. I lost my Dodger helmet. Don't know where it is. So the Dodgers advance. California's out. So our last play-in game, the fourth and final one, sometime this week, will be the Washington Senators at the Philadelphia Phillies. Box score. Yeah, let's make that big. Edit, transform, fit to screen. There we go. So the winning pitcher is Don Drysdale as he went 8 innings, 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned, struck out 4, no walks. The save goes to Jimmy Brewer, and the Dodgers move on to the Sweet 16. The loss goes to Marty Patton. The starter, George Brunet, went 4 innings. He was lifted for the pinch hitter, Kirkpatrick, who knocked in the only run for the Angels. Brunet went 3 hits in 4 innings, no walks, 2 strikeouts, no runs. Marty Patton, 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. He takes the loss. Wright, 1 inning, 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Quickly go through the hits. The Angels had 7 hits. Fregosi had 1, Santriano had 1, and he was robbed of a home run by Fairley. That's a huge play. Minchner had 2, Knoop had 1, Hinton had 1, and Kirkpatrick, the pinch hitter, back in the top of the 5th, knocked in the only run. In total, Angels had 33 at-bats, 1 run, 7 hits, 1 RBI. Again, the pinch hitter. We went to a pinch hitter in the top of the 5th because we knew runs would be at a premium, and boy, were we right. For the Dodgers, they had 8 hits. Willie Davis, co-player of the game with Drysdale, 3 for 4, a run scored in a ribby. Gabrielson, 1 for 4. Holler, 2 for 4 with a ribby. There's your 2 RBIs there. And then Boyer, 0 for 4. Fairley, 0 for 3. Lefevre, 1 for 3. Versailles, 1 for 3. Bailey, 0 for 3, banked into a huge double play that kept the Angels in the lead. Drysdale, the pitcher, 0 for 2. Crawford, the pinch hitter, walked, scored a run. And Brewer pitched not hit. Dodgers in victory, 30 at-bats, 2 runs, 8 hits, 2 RBIs. So the Dodgers advance in a pitcher's duel here in LA, 2-1. Drysdale the win, Brewer the save, and Marty Patton gets the loss for the Angels out of the pen. Sal, Red Sox fans, saying thank you very much. Till next time, health and happiness. If you enjoyed this, and you want, you know what to do. But most of all, come back, enjoy. And once again, thank you to Ken Castro, Jerry Ball, and Herb Pilgrim. Take care, my friends. Bye-bye, God bless, and peace.